Hello, this is Rory with the Love Chat, and today's topic is the 5 love languages. Now, this is video number 68. If you have a question you'd like for me to consider featuring on the Love Chat, please write it in a comment below. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe and hit like. Additionally, if you'd like extra videos every week, private live streams with me, and free coaching giveaways, visit patreon.com/thelovechat. Now then, the 5 love languages. So, love languages were heavily outlined by an author named Gary Chapman, and his book is called The 5 Love Languages. And it basically is a way that we express and experience love. So, in this video, we'll be discussing the 5 love languages. And if you haven't, I highly recommend picking up that book. It's called The 5 Love Languages, same title as this video, and the book is by Gary Chapman. It's a fantastic read, and it sheds a lot of light on how we love and like to be loved. So, the first one that I'll talk about today, and this is in no particular order, is receiving gifts, gift giving. And this one is fairly straightforward. You feel most loved, and you feel and express love by giving gifts. And so, a good example of this could be that your partner has gone somewhere, and they bring you back a gift that perhaps you didn't even really want or ask for, but your partner is thinking that the gift is a symbol of love. It means that they were thinking about you no matter where they went, and that this is how they show their love to you. Some people enjoy receiving gifts, some people enjoy showing love by giving gifts, but ultimately, the type of person who doesn't like to receive gifts won't find it as meaningful to receive a gift, but also to give a gift. They may have something different. The next love language, words of affirmation, which is basically when we tell our partner how we feel about them. When we give our partner uplifting verbal comments, some type of appreciation, some type of communication of our affection and love for them. Now, it doesn't just need to be an I love you, because that's a pretty common term. We all say that. It could be saying something like, hey, you look really beautiful today. I love your hair today. I'm so proud to be with you. Receiving words of affirmation is extremely powerful on somebody whose love language this is. Telling them things that validate them, make them feel good about themselves, and it lets them know that you were thinking about them and you love them. This comes in the form of compliments, of affirming your feelings for them. This leads us to our third love language, which is quality time. And when we say quality time, we're talking about just that. You are taking time away from whatever it is you're doing to give this person your attention. It means turning off the TV and looking at them, stare at them in the eyes, and talk to them. Ask them how they're doing. Give them your undivided attention. However, this can also mean doing something with them, together, as a couple, as two people who care for one another. Something like watching TV together, or playing video games, or going for a walk on the beach, or anything that you are doing where they are your main focus, and whatever you're doing with them is a nice little bonus. The fourth love language is acts of service. And by acts of service, we're talking about seeking to please through action. Now, some people could consider acts of service things like doing a chore that you know that your partner doesn't want to take care of in order to please them, in order to make their life a little easier. It might be going out and buying them flowers for no reason at all. Now, some of you might be saying, well, hold on, that's kind of gift giving, isn't it? Well, it's a bit of both. Remember that this is sort of a spectrum, and we need to treat it like that. The point is, we're doing things for them that require thought, they require planning, and they require a good deal of mindfulness. In other words, are you doing something for your partner that they care about? So, for example, my partner always enjoys having breakfast made, so I'll often make her breakfast. This is how I show her my love for her. Even though acts of service is not my love language, I have recognized it as the way that she feels most loved. And that's where the disconnect comes. Just because you appreciate acts of service doesn't mean your partner will. But if you help show them how you feel most loved, in other words, they can do an act of service for you, you can spend quality time with them. This is how we are able to show our partner that we love them in a way that speaks to them, rather than in a way that only speaks to us. If my partner doesn't much care for receiving gifts, but I love receiving gifts, and I show my love by giving my partner gifts, she'll enjoy the gifts, but she probably will be less pleased than if I did something like words of affirmation or acts of service. Those are how she feels love. The last and final love language is probably the most obvious one: physical touch. Being intimate, holding hands, hugs, kissing, play fighting. These are things that show love through touch, and they don't really require that you do it all the time. But for example, if your partner is cooking and you walk by and you gently touch their shoulder and give them a smile, that's how they feel love. And so physical touch happens to be one of my love languages. But what is important to remember here is that it's possible to feel more than one. This is not a hard science. This is not a definite thing. I can feel loved by being told that I look good today and a hug. And that's how I feel internally fulfilled, because ultimately that's what love languages do. They fulfill voids within us, and they show us and communicate to us that we feel loved. And so I hope that this video has been helpful to you. I want you to think about, and perhaps even do an exercise, about what your love language is. Think about your relationship, whether your current one or a past one, and what did your partner do to make you feel loved? Was it physical touch? Was it acts of service? Receiving gifts, quality time, or words of affirmation? Learning your own love language and learning how to correctly identify your partner's love language is a very effective way to have a long, healthy relationship. Because not only are you communicating with your words, but you're also communicating that you understand how they feel loved. That's all I had for today. If you found my video helpful, I'd be very grateful if you'd subscribe and hit like. Please leave a comment below and tell me what topics you want me to cover in the future. Also, if you'd like to do a Skype or email coaching, be sure to visit thelovechat.net/coaching. Until next time.